Mr. President, just a few moments ago, Justice Anthony Kennedy announced that he is retiring as an Associate Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court and taking senior status effective July 31st. First and foremost, I want to pause and express our gratitude for the extraordinary service that Justice Kennedy has offered our nation. He served on the federal bench for 43 years. In particular, we owe him a debt of thanks for his ardent defense of the First Amendment and the First Amendment's right to political speech. As Justice Kennedy concludes his tenure on the court, we wish him, his wife Mary, and their family every happiness in the years ahead. The Senate stands ready to fulfill its constitutional role by offering advice and consent on President Trump's nominee to fill this vacancy. We will vote to confirm Justice Kennedy's successor this fall. As in the case of Justice Gorsuch, senators will have the opportunity to meet with President Trump's nominee, examine his or her qualifications, and debate the nomination. I have every confidence in Chairman Grassley's conduct of the upcoming confirmation process in the Judiciary Committee. It's imperative that the President's nominee be considered fairly and not subjected to personal attacks. Thus far, President Trump's judicial nominations have reflected a keen understanding of the vital role that judges play in our constitutional order. Judges must interpret the law fairly and apply it even-handedly. Judicial decisions must not flow from judges' personal philosophies or preferences, but from an honest assessment of the words and actual meaning of the law. This bedrock principle has clearly defined the President's excellent choices to date. So we'll look forward to yet another outstanding selection, but today the Senate and the nation thank Justice Kennedy for his years of service on the bench and for his many contributions to jurisprudence and to our nation. I suggest the absence of quorum.
Clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Alexander.
Challenge because you've got one database from Homeland Security with the detention centers for the parents, and you've got another database over here in Health and Human Services for the children, and you've got to get them matched back together. So, you know, government is very big, it's very unwieldy, it's very hard to have interoperability between these different agencies, but it's an expensive proposition. And it's a challenge, and it's been going on for 30 years in America. It's been going on for way too long. Remember in the 1980s when they had the civil wars in El Salvador and people were coming over in droves because they were being killed from the death squads in El Salvador? This started a long time ago under Democratic and Republican presidents. Now we need to finally work together. This is not a new phenomenon. Let's work together to actually solve this problem for the long term. Border security, yes, but also protecting the 11 million plus people that have been in this country, some for decades.
We had President Trump sign an executive order for reunification. We had a decision out of California from the ACLU case demanding reunification. How confident are you that children can be reunited with their parents?
Listen, I don't have all the details on it. I went to one facility